Well, I used to be a professional dirt bike racer.
First time I met George, I believe, was in 1984. Met him at the school bus stop, one of our first days of kindergarten. We did a lot of things together, rode bikes, built forts, and just played around like little kids do. And a lot of bicycle riding, which evolved to riding motorcycles.
I knew George, met him in high school, and we rode motocross together. That's when I first met him. I always looked up to him back then. He was always faster than us and always do the biggest jumps, the first one to try something.
Always kind of looked at George as a fast racer and kind of looked up to the guy, and you know, we became really good friends. In 1998, that was when he had turned pro.
Well, I was injured in May of 1998. I was racing my first national, and at my first national, it was at Glen Helen in San Bernardino, California. And I was coming down a big hill, and at the bottom of the hill there's a lot of braking bumps, and I kind of flew off the back of the bike a little bit at the bottom and gave it too much gas. I landed on my feet on the ground and broke both of my legs, my tailbone, my lower back, and both my arms, and fractured a little piece of my skull. And that damaged my spinal cord and unfortunately left me paralyzed from above the belly button down.
Seeing that happen to George was, I know the word's been used already before, but devastating. I can't think of a better word for it.
Well, rehab was really, really hard. It wasn't hard because I had already kind of trained myself. Being a professional dirt bike racer, you train yourself every day. It's the same methodology, you just do it in a different manner. However, your body doesn't work anymore. Since I hit my head so hard, the first thing that they taught me to do was to be able to speak again. And when I was trying to speak, I couldn't form sentences in the correct manner. I'd mess up words, and my brain would think that something, like a word was coming out and it didn't come out. So that was the first portion of the rehabilitation process. That was really hard, but it kind of taught me that my body wasn't going to work in the same manner that it used to. Like, I was in rehab one day, and I, had told them that I was feeling pretty strong, and they said, okay, well, do you feel like standing up? And I said, okay, we can give it a shot. And what we did was, there's called parallel bars in rehab facilities, and they're just bars that you can hold on to with your arms. And so I went over there and I stood up from the wheelchair and kind of pushed myself up with my arms, and they had like a belt holding me to balance me. And when I did that, it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life, because I hadn't stood up in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever it was at that point. And I couldn't believe it. Once I stood up, I felt so liberated, and it felt so amazing that the next day I just made it, the next goal of mine was to start being able to walk.
He's always pushed hard and, always had the determination to overcome anything. And that's just always been kind of the way he's been.
The only actual function that I have below my waist is with my quadricep muscles, and those muscles are the ones that support the whole lower portion of my body, except for the leg braces on the lower portion of my body that support my ankles, so it actually helps me balance. So when I walk kind of like a penguin now, but I can still walk. It's just pretty amazing.
After George's injury, I was fortunate enough to ride again with him out at a local track, Pima Motorsports Park. That was great. Growing up as kids, we'd ride together, and then after the accident, quite a bit of time has gone by, and then to get back on the track with George was amazing. His skill, unbelievable. Almost like the injury really didn't take a toll on him.
My strength got a lot more, and I was able to stand up more and hold on to the motorcycle better. And I did fall down a few times, and I did break some bones. I broke my ankles, 3 or 4 times, tweaked my knees out. I broke my wrist, but none of that stopped me, because it made me feel so good to get out on the dirt bike again.
You see a lot of bravery at X Games, and now you're going to see some true courage. This is all about the human spirit. Super X Adaptive. 6 amputees, 6 paraplegics. They race the Super X.
So in 2009, I I rode at the X Games in the Super X adaptive class, and that was really, really cool because there was, you know, like-bodied individuals, there was some paraplegic, there was some amputees, and we all raced against each other on the same track that the professional motocross riders do. So that was really, really cool, and it was a super, super cool thing to show everybody.
First time ever for these guys on national television. I got to tell you, they are really pumped about it.
In February of 2010, when I was training or riding my motorcycle again, I fell off again and broke my back for the third time. And that left a portion of my back above the injury level that I currently had, too brittle to withstand any other impacts. So I had to make up my mind that unfortunately I wasn't going to be able to ride a dirt bike again or sustain any type of significant impact to my back.
This is the University of Arizona Medical Center's L Tour to Tucson. This is a great day in Tucson, everyone. 3, 2, 1, go!
So I changed my focus. I still have a competitive attitude, so I changed my focus to riding road bikes. Last year I competed in the 42-mile event, and I was able to complete that in, I think it was just over 2 hours. So I was really, really excited about that. I achieved my goals, and I bettered them than I could have, you know, ever imagined. So this year I would like to do some more events. I'm going to do some small triathlons, and I'm also going to compete in the El Tour de Tucson again. But this year my goal is to do the full 111 miles, and I would like to do it in under 8 hours. It's something that liberates me because I can get out and I'm not slowed down, because when I walk I can't run or I can't do anything like that. So the bicycle, I can go any speed. I can go downhill and I can go as fast as I can. So it just liberates me beyond belief because I can achieve so much more than I can just walking around. I want to share my story with as many people as possible because I've had, you know, doing the X Games and doing different things, I've had people come up to me and contact me and tell me how much it meant to them, that they have, you know, one of their friends is disabled or a disabled person telling me certain things, and it means more to me than anything to see those people be happy and to see them want to achieve more. So I would really like to get my story out to make everybody else achieve more.